I think if you ask about 10 people if they'd like to own their own business, about 9 out of those 10 are going to say, yeah, they'd love to. And when you ask why not, it's too risky. And it is risky. There's very few people that's willing to put that kind of risk on the table when starting a home-based business. But I'm going to relieve you of all of that risk, just about. And I think it might set you free to actually be one of those business developers if you're one of the 9 out of 10 that wants to start your own business. So stick around, pay attention. This is hugely important. I speak from my own experience, by the way. And I say that because you don't want to learn about building a business from somebody who has never built a business. You don't want to learn about building a business with an insignificant amount of money from somebody who has never built a business from an insignificant amount of money. You don't want to learn how to build a business starting from an insignificant amount of money from somebody who started their business with millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So the whole reason I just told you that is because I've been there, I've done that, I've been on both sides of that fence. So let's get on with it. All right, so here it is. You start a home-based business first. I don't know what your dream business is. For most people, it's some kind of traditional business, a brick and mortar place, a mom and pop shop, and maybe you want to just start your own big business like a Microsoft or something like that. The problem with that is that on the low end, it'll take 6 figures, 100,000, $500,000. If you're going to go into a big business, like you're going to start your own Microsoft, it'll take millions of dollars just to get it going. Who has that kind of money? Less than 2% of the population has that kind of money, but 9 out of 10 want to own their own business. So that presents an enormous problem. Another problem is that most business owners will fail before their first year is even up. And that's precisely why you will not find a bank to give you a loan to start up your business. They will not do it. They will let you put your house against it. They will let you put everything you own against it if you own anything, because they know you're probably going to fail, and when it does, they can at least take your house and everything else that you own. And that's exactly what happens to a lot of traditional business goers. To me, getting started that way makes absolutely no sense. And I think I pretty much just said why it makes no sense. So here's the solution. And this is exactly what I've done. I started up in a network marketing company for an insignificant amount of money, a very low amount of money. The low amount of money it would take to start a traditional business, the kind of business that most people dream about, owning their own business, $100,000, $500,000, something like that. Compare $100,000 to my personal startup cost was $240. That is an insignificant, very low sum of money. And there's other ways you can get in for even less money and still have it extremely profitable. So here's the deal. Here's conceptually the deal as to why that is so powerful. In a network marketing company, you get in for the lowest business investment you will ever find for being a business owner. There is no, I talk to a lot of people, and I've done a lot of research, and I've got a lot of experience under my belt. There is nowhere else in business you can get started for that low amount of money. And there is nowhere else in business that has as much earnings potential. There's others that rival it in earnings potential. A lot of them don't. A lot of them you need to put $500,000 into, but it's still very limited. Very limited. So which would you rather have? A business that you have to put $100,000 or $500,000 into, but the earnings potential is really limited, and if you stop working it, you stop getting paid, so now you're a slave to working for money? Or would you rather get started in something that required an insignificant amount of money? Something that builds residually so you can walk away from it, that will eventually no longer require your time, which means that you're no longer a slave to money, you just earned your freedom. And with an unlimited earnings potential, that's what we're talking about here. And then if you want to do, there's some other business you want to do, whether it be a franchise, a mom and pop shop, or your own big Microsoft, or whatever the case might be, at least at that point, check this out. This is the bigger picture here. So you're going to want to jot this down. If you're not taking notes, take some notes, watch this video again, because this is huge right here. And this is, I've also done this too, what I'm getting into. But let's say, I'm just going to paint the scenario for you. So let's say you spent a couple years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 6 months. Some people have done it that quickly. But now you got all this cash coming in, $100,000 a year, $1 million a year, $1 million a month. I don't know, after just a few years, you could do that. In this network marketing business that you started for just $100, a couple $100, and now a couple years later, you're making $1 million a year, $1 million a month. There's nowhere else you can do that, period. Okay, so anyway, you got that happening. And it's also residual, it's passive, so now you can actually step away from it to build this other business that you've been dreaming of building. Okay, so follow me here. You've got all this cash pouring in from your network marketing company that you started first. Brilliant idea. Doesn't matter if it came from someone else. It's a brilliant idea. You got all this money. If you save it, you're gonna be taxed big time. But if you flow that cash that you're getting from your network marketing company into this new business you want to start, you get to deduct 100% of that from your taxes. Every dollar you invest in your business that earns you $1, you deduct. If you're at a tax loss, then you're at a tax loss. At the very least, you'll owe no taxes. How cool is that? So now what you've done, once you do this, you got this network marketing business that you built up, just pouring cash in with or without your involvement now at this point. And now you've completely 100% funded this new business that you wanted to do. Maybe it was $500,000 to get that one started, but that $500,000 is totally 100% funded by this first business that you started. And you get major tax incentive. I'm talking 100% of every dollar you put into that business. It's a tax write-off. It does not get more beautiful than that. What most people do who want to start a business like that, they will put their house against it. They'll put everything they own against it. That makes absolutely no sense, and in my opinion, that can only be a product of very bad financial education or a financial illiteracy. So being financially literate is so important. I mean, having a business that you can leverage, actually that is the most powerful form of leverage that is out there in our economy, in our marketplace. I mean, for taxes, for debt, for wealth, all of it. Having a business is the most important, but you have to know how to work that business. And I'm giving you the quote-unquote secret. It's not really a secret. I'm telling you what it is, and this content is totally free. So in quick review, you want to be a business owner? You're the 9 out of 10. You don't have any money or much money. You don't have a lot of time in your life because you're so busy. Network marketing is perfect for you. It's the best vehicle for somebody who has no time or very little time, for somebody who's broke or has very little money. It's even perfect for somebody who's completely destitute, to be honest with you. So, network marketing business. Get into one of those. You work your behind off in your spare time, outside of everything else you've got going on. You build it up for as long as it takes. Could be anywhere from 6 months to a few years, I don't know. But now you got all this cash just pouring in with or without your involvement, which totally opens up your time. So now you got your time back. You got your life back. You got your freedom. And you got all these resources known as cash pouring in. Now you can open up this other business that you've been dreaming about. And because you're flowing all this cash from one business to another, you get the tax incentives. And you get to buy up really good debt if you want to. So that's it. That's how you do it. And what I did, check this out. I'll give you my example. Got the network marketing thing going. All this cash is pouring in with or without my involvement. I decide I'm going to get into real estate. I want to provide clean, quality, affordable housing for low to middle income families and specialize in that market. That's really important to me, and it's important to them too. But anyway, so I got from starting from my new business I've got this network marketing thing that's going. It's pouring in cash with or without my involvement. Now I start this new business. So the new business, ground zero, there's no money being generated whatsoever because I'm starting it from scratch. So from that point, a place of $0, 5 months later, it's generating me nearly an extra $4,000 a month in passive cash flow, meaning that it's going to keep coming in regardless of my involvement or not. In fact, I have a management firm that manages the properties for me, so it truly is a passive income. So that's an extra nearly $4,000 from 0 to 4 in 5 months' time. Completely 100% funded for by my network marketing business. I don't have to go out and get a job and try to pay for this thing. It's all funded for by my network marketing business. And in addition to that, my network marketing business also funds my personal freedom so that I will never have to get a job. So all my expenses and my new real estate business is totally 100% funded for by my network marketing business that I started for $240 when I was very busy and very broke and had no other form of income at the time. So now because I did that, I have my time back, my life back. I'm spending things that are most important to me. I'm putting my money and my time where my values are. Feeding starving kids is my thing. Raising awareness about natural cures for cancer is my thing, and other chronic degenerative diseases. Providing clean, affordable, quality housing for low to middle income families is another one of my things that I live for. Now I can do all of these things, and I've got my freedom, and I'm bringing other people with me. I'm not winning at the expense of anybody losing, and that's the big picture here. This is how you can win, bringing other people with you instead of winning at the expense of somebody else, of somebody losing. And that's how you can be a business owner. That's how you can use taxes to help you build your wealth instead of take it away. And if you want to, it's even how you can start to use debt to help you get wealthy instead of taking your wealth away. It seems to be the answer for just about, and the solution for just about everything, from being too busy, from not having enough money, to not being able to give more to the causes that bleed true to your heart, like feeding 1 billion plus kids in the world that are literally starving to death right now. We need more people to step up and help out with that problem. I mean, seriously, come on. The opportunity is there, and I just told you about, I educated you in this video about tremendous opportunities in the country that you live in, especially if you're in the United States or Canada and some other countries that have a free marketplace that's similar to ours. Especially the United States and Canada, you have opportunity to step up and take care of yourself and your family, get your freedom, get more time back, get more resources, everything that you need, and to be able to give back more and start helping other people outside of just yourself solve some really crushing problems. So I hope this video helps. I hope it changes your thinking. I hope you took really good notes. Watch this video again. This is so huge, guys. You can really have your cake and eat it too. The middle class philosophy of you got to pick one or the other makes no sense to me, and it's a false fact, I think, because I'm living it. You're going to live it too. Some of you watching this are going to live it. And by the way, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I've got a lot more videos, a lot more free stuff. I put so much content out there for free that you can actually use to get results. And then I've also got a 30 days to profit training sequence if you'd like some help in turning your first profit in your spare time outside of your busy lives, so that you can have more of your time back and more money for whatever that you want. If it's to spend more time with your family instead of a picture of them in your cubicle, you want to be with the real thing more, you got a business you want to get into, you just want to be able to give back more to a cause that just means so much to you, and you just wish you could give back more to that, that's what my 30 days to profit training sequence is pretty much designed for. So connect with me if you'd like to have a discussion about that. And whatever you do, if we are working together or not working together, I love success stories. So if you got something from this free educational video that leads to getting some kind of awesome result in your life, please share it with me. I'd love to hear about it. Absolutely, I would.